Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT and welcome back to another episode and the most special and most important episode of the Minnesota Vikings Madden 18 Connected Franchise Series. It is the trade deadline and we're coming off our first loss of the season, and hopefully that is not a trend of things to come, as we're going to make sure it isn't today in the trade deadline, as we have our last opportunity. We're going to make the most of it to make this team as OP and as good as possible. I have so many of your trade suggestions that we are going to go after in today's episode, and it is just going to be a trade deadline special. All it is going to be is trades, and we'll jump into the game against the Cleveland Browns in next episode. This is probably going to be like 30 straight minutes of trying to make this team as good as possible, finessing as much as we can, because we still do have some upgrades at particular positions that we are going to go after. So hopefully you guys do enjoy today's trade deadline special, and if you do, make sure to smash the like button. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes for making this team as good as possible. And I still am looking to get your feedback on what you guys want me to do in terms of my Connected Franchise Series. For the most part, in last episode, in the comments, I saw that a lot of people said they just wanted me to make this a one-year Connected Franchise and then do a whole new team for the next season. But I'm going to wait and see what you guys say for the remainder of this series. We still are going to try to win the Super Bowl in this series and be great, because I don't feel like the series are complete and finished unless we do win the Super Bowl. So we're going to make sure we make that happen this season. But with that said, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. With that said, let's jump into the trades. And with the first trade suggestion of today's episode, my main man 3T1 says get Max Unger because you need a center with 194 thumbs up. So Max Unger is only an 84 overall, but that is a huge upgrade from what we have. It's only worth 1.13 million, and with us only having 5.15 million to spend, this is potentially a huge freaking trade for us, and actually very, very good, as we definitely need to upgrade the center position in today's episode. But let's see if we have anybody that the Saints are interested in. They need some wide receivers. We have a couple. We have Juju and Rodney, which they're probably not going to want, so they don't want them. What draft picks do we have that we could use in today's episode? 6 from this year. Let's see what this is looking like. Brings it up a little bit. How about the 5th as well? Expecting it to go up like a 4th of the way. That's actually pretty freaking close. Now, do we have any right outside linebacker that they are interested in? Elijah Lee added to this deal, and it gets into the yellow, so it's getting pretty freaking close, and I don't want to spend way too much. I want it to be a pretty even deal. So John Bostic as well added, and it's about halfway, so I gotta figure out what to do here, because I definitely do want to bring in Max Unger, but I don't want to over trade. So any cornerbacks? They don't want cornerbacks. Left end, we have Daniel Hunter, but I'm not going to trade him away. At right end, we have Deion Jordan. Man, it just gets so hard late on in these series, boys. It just gets so freaking hard. So what if we traded away? What if we traded up the draft picks that we do have? The 6th and a 5th for like maybe a 4th to some team? Like, let's try to see if we can get a 4th round draft pick for this year. And it was accepted. So we do have a 4th round draft pick we can use now to try to bring in Max Unger. And if that doesn't go through, that means we can add in 2 half-decent players that could help the trade go up. I'm hoping a 4th round draft pick might be just about enough to bring them in, and which doesn't make any sense because we just traded away those 2 picks potentially to the Saints, but they, I think, will value the 4th round draft picks more than the other 2 picks, which doesn't make sense since we just traded them both away for 4th round draft pick, but I do digress. So let's see, a 4th round draft pick for Max Unger, and it's about halfway. Now it's time to throw in the 2 players that they do need at particular positions, Juju Smith and the right outside linebacker, Elijah Lee. Let's see if this will go through, and it's in the yellow. So now do we have any other player that they do potentially want? I'm telling you, this is why this is a full trade deadline special. When it gets this late into the series, it's just freaking hard, boys. It is just freaking hard. How about, do we have any right outside linebacker? Oh, we just have a left outside linebacker, rather. Eric Wilson. How about him instead? And it's also in the yellow. So maybe what we do is see if there's any team out there interested in Juju Smith, and see if we can get some type of draft pick for Juju Smith, which I don't think any team is going to be interested in Juju Smith, but we're going to see. Or maybe we try trading away our quarterback to somebody that, maybe somebody out there, I have a fly in my ear, maybe some team out there is interested in Christian Hackenberg. Since we just signed him out of free agency last episode, I really do hope there's just one team. I just need that one team that is somewhat interested in him, because that would mean we can get something half decent for him in return. And it looks like that is not going to be the move because the Browns weren't interested in him. Now, what team does need a quarterback as their number one need? Maybe the 49ers. Okay, so maybe we can get like a 5th round draft pick from the 49ers. This would be big. Wow, that was accepted. So I think now we're actually going to get Max Unger if we trade him both the 4th and the 5th round draft picks. So took a lot of finessing, but I think we are actually going to make this happen. So let's throw in the 4th and 5th, and now let's go to the New Orleans Saints and see if we can bring in their center, Max Unger. Please, Vikings, please. It's pretty close. So now what if we add in the center that we already have, Gino Gradkowski? See if this will go through. It went in the green. Now, I don't want to trade away Juju Smith. I kind of want to keep him. So let's try Elijah Lee instead, see if this will go through. And that's in the green as well. So maybe we do have to trade away Juju Smith. This is so much finesse, man. But I'm telling you, it gets freaking hard eventually. It gets freaking hard. That's not going to go through either. Dang, so maybe the move is trading away a player along with the 5th round draft pick to trade up to a 4th. I'm telling you, boys, this is freaking difficult. So let's try Kyle Carter. Dude, what team out there needs a tight end? Any team in the NFL need a player at the tight end position, because we would be able to trade up to potentially a 4th round draft pick to be able to get 2 fourths to get Max Unger, which I think that would go through. Maybe we just try. I don't know if there's any teams out there that need a tight end as one of their top 5 needs, but we're going to look. Okay, the Giants do. So how about Kyle Carter in a 5th round draft pick for your 4th, throwing this in there? That didn't really go much up at all, so that kind of sucks. So what other positions do we have we could trade away potentially? We have some backup left tackles. Reed Fragel, how about him in this deal? It went up a little bit, but not a lot at all. So how about a free safety of some sort? We have Harrison Smith. How about Eddie Jackson? Eddie Jackson, a 5th round draft pick, and Reed Fragel for 4th. Went to the yellow. So maybe so much finesse, man. I'm telling you, it gets freaking difficult at times like this. So maybe we trade away this guy, Reed Fragel, to the Giants for like a 7th or something, or like a 6th, and then do a 5th, a 6th, and a 4th for Max Unger. Wow. So maybe we have to like settle for a 7th from next year. Can we get a 7th from this year for Reed? It's pretty close. So let's try trading away that tight end that we also had, that we were going to try to trade away to the Giants in the first place, Kyle Carter. I don't want to trade away Duarte because everybody would cry. That didn't go up at all. So god dang, how about a backup right guard? Don't have a backup right guard. How about a backup left guard? Austin Shepard. Please, dear God, it was accepted. So maybe, just maybe, this will be enough to bring in Max Unger, man. This is only the first player, and it's already, how long has this video been going on for? This has already been about 10 minutes of just trying to get one player. But that's why this is a trade deadline special. They call it a special for a reason. So Max Unger and the 3 draft picks that we currently do have, which Madden is so stupid. They had this problem last year. I don't know why they can't fix stupid things like this. You have to back all the way back out and all the way back in to have your draft picks that you just traded for pop up. But now is the time to be great. 3 draft picks for one 31-year-old center, Max Unger. And if you guys saw the offensive line from last episode, it was atrocious. So we do need to upgrade as much as possible in today's episode. Submitting the offer, they need more value. God dang it. But maybe now the 7th makes it enough to be able to get the 4th. Hopefully that makes sense. And that was accepted. So now I believe with 2 4th round draft picks, so much finessing happening, we should be able to get this center from the New Orleans Saints. So 2 4ths for Max Unger, and I think this will go through. I am very confident that this will in fact go through. So with that, I'm also going to try to get a 7th from this year because you know RBT is the #1 finesser on YouTube. So let's see if this will go through, and it doesn't. Just take out the 7th, 2 4ths for Max Unger, and it doesn't. Dang. So maybe now though, if we add in the center, we can get Max. Finally, thank baby freaking Jesus. So all that finessing, 12 minutes of a video, 2 fourth-round draft picks, and Gino Gradkowski, we bring in an 84 overall center, which will tremendously help out our offensive line to begin today's trade deadline special. So one trade has been completed, boys. So continuing on to the next trade suggestion, with a total of 202 thumbs up, Hudson Osborne wants me to get a pretty good running back, and that guy goes by the name of Todd Gurley. He's an 85 overall, not worth a lot. 23 years old, would be absolutely huge. And the Rams also do need a quarterback, but I'm not going to trade away Teddy Bridgewater, obviously, in today's episode. But what else do they need? They need a defensive tackle now. We do have Marcel Darius, who's worth $6.23 million. Now, I feel like this trade would have a chance to go through straight up, so with that being the case, I'm also going to try to get a draft pick in this deal, which would definitely help us out later in today's episode. So a second-round draft pick and Todd Gurley for Marcel Darius, it's about halfway. So I don't even know if this will go through straight up. Just in case if it does, I'll throw, they don't have any draft picks left, so let's go with a 6th from next year and a 4th from next year, and Todd Gurley, and this deal is about halfway, so I don't know if this will go through even straight up. It's in the yellow straight up, dude. Dang. So how about our abort mission? I know Todd Gurley was suggested a lot, and I know this is a common player for trades, and I did see him a lot, but I didn't see him as a top suggested comment. I saw him in previous episodes, but not the last episode, so I know you guys do want a running back. Maybe we try to get David instead. David Johnson. How about David Johnson? Could we do a straight up swap? David Johnson for Latavius Murray? How about this? So it didn't really go up at all. That's kind of disappointing. But are they interested in Marcel Darius instead? Marcel Darius for David Johnson. So let me just try to get a draft pick just in case as well. And that, I don't know, maybe this will be halfway too. Dang. This is only halfway as well, so maybe we can't get David Johnson. So do we throw in our first-round draft pick to bring in Todd Gurley? Is that the move? I don't know if the first will be enough, though. That's the thing. So a first-round draft pick for straight up for Todd Gurley. Is that the move, my boys? I don't know if this will go through. I'm going to send it through. That's pretty freaking close, though. That is pretty freaking close. So I think the move is to finesse some more. We have $7 million to spend, my boys. We have $7 million to spend. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to free agency. They need a quarterback. We're going to sign somebody to a one-day contract, the top-rated quarterback out there, Case Keenum. We're going to sign him. A lot of people also wanted me to sign RG3, and I don't see him as a free agent. So I don't know what you guys want me to do about that. I don't know if somebody signed him. I will look for him and potentially bring him in as my backup quarterback. But we're going to sign Case Keenum. Why is he's 76 overall, and he's worth $4.33 million, but we're going to sign him up. I don't know why he's a free agent all of a sudden. But with that being the case, maybe the Rams are interested in Case Keenum, since he is a high overall quarterback. Uh-oh. We might have just struck gold, boys. We might have honestly just struck gold. Todd Gurley for Case Keenum is not that close to going through, so god dang it. Do we throw in our first round draft pick? Is that the move, boys? I kind of don't want to, but at the same time we might have to. So how about Marcel Darius and Case Keenum for Todd Gurley? I'm going to throw this in there, and it's in the green. Now what do we do, my boys? What do we do? Terrence Newman, not interested in him. Oh, shoot. We really have nothing else we can do unless we trade away one of these guys. Maybe we try this, a first-round draft pick as well, but try to get a second from next year. Maybe that's the move, like a second and like a 7th. So, Case Keenum, Marcel Darius, a first-round draft pick for Todd Gurley, a 2nd and a 7th. Throwing this in there. That's pretty close, but it's not close enough to actually going through. So, how about this? Maybe we stall this trade for a second. Maybe we wait until we trade away Latavius Murray. We'll stall. We're going to try to get Todd Gurley, boys, but we're going to stall. This is why this is a trade deadline special. So, boys, the next top-rated comment with 178 thumbs up from Mason O'Brien wants me to bring in the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Have no idea what it's going to take to bring in the Honey Badger, but we are going to try. The Honey Badger is, I believe, a 88 overall. Now, what is it going to take to bring him in? We do have a strong safety in Eric Weddle. who I don't know. They do want Eric Weddle. How about Eddie Jackson? They don't want Eddie Jackson. That doesn't bring the trade up at all. How about Eric Weddle for Tyrann Mathieu straight up? How about this? It's only halfway. That kind of sucks. That actually really does suck. Our free safety currently is Harrison Smith, but I don't want to trade him away. But what if we traded a first-round draft pick? So what are the Rams' tops need? This is like going to be a three-way trade potentially. The Rams' top need. They need a strong safety. They don't. So how about, man, how about we try a first-round draft pick straight up for Tyrann Mathieu? And then we can try trading away one of our safeties for Todd Gurley, because this takes so much to trade away all these pretty good players, dude. That's why rebuilds take like an hour and a half to do at a time. So trying to get Tyrann Mathieu for a first-round draft pick. And, wow! I didn't think they valued Tyrann Mathieu this highly. So maybe we can't get Tyrann Mathieu either. So maybe this is a deal we hold on to as well. So that kind of sucked. I thought he was going to be easier to get. But, boys, we're gonna come back to all these deals. Just give me a minute. So with 123 thumbs up, Luke Bailey wants me to bring in a wide receiver from the New Orleans Saints, and that is none other than Michael Thomas. But their number one need is wide receiver, so this might be kind of hard. He's at 85 overall. I have no idea how much they value this. But just to do it and to shed some cap room, I will try a straight up swap Golden Tate for Michael Thomas, and it's about halfway. So this could actually work out in our favor. They do need a center now, but we don't have a center, so we can't trade. We have Max Unger. What if they were interested in Max Unger too? That's crazy, but we're not gonna do that. So boys, what is the move? What is the move? What if we have Latavius Murray now. Latavius Murray and Golden Tate, they are very interested in Latavius Murray, so we'll try to get a draft pick too on this deal. Get like a fourth. They have so many fourths and a seventh. So Golden Tate, Latavius Murray for Michael Thomas, and a fourth and a seventh. Throw this in there. Pretty close. So how about, maybe they won't. Will this go through straight up? That's so close, dude. That is so close. But if this goes through, that means we have to bring in a running back. Man, what do we do? I know you got, okay, I had so many people mad about the Jalen Ramsey trade, but the whole point I go after certain trades like that and spend way too much is because it brings in a new, fresh amount of players, because it's just stupid how connected franchise is sometimes. Like, if I just went after the players that were easy to get, we bring in the same players every single time. So, to bring in a player that's different like Jalen Ramsey, it's going to take a lot. So, I know it doesn't seem like logical, but a point of these connected franchises is trying to make everybody happy, and that a point in that is like bringing in different players and bringing in players people want, and everybody wanted Jalen Ramsey, so I know it took a lot to trade him away, but that's just how it is sometimes to connect a franchise, because it's stupid. It shouldn't be that way, but it's just stupid. So with that said, oh boys, we are at a standstill. Golden Tate and Latavius Murray for Michael Thomas. I don't know if this will go through either. Jalen Smith, they are interested in Jalen Smith, but I don't really want to trade away Jalen Smith. How interested is this straight up? Kind of. So now what if we throw in Golden Tate as well for this deal? It's pretty close now, dude. So who's their middle linebacker? Who's the Saints middle linebacker? They have anybody half decent? Craig Robinson, Manti Te'o. What if we do something like this, boys? What if we do something like this? We throw in Jalen Smith, Golden Tate, and Latavius Murray for Manti Te'o and Michael Thomas. Throwing this in there, and that doesn't. God, dude, we can't get Michael Thomas either. I'm trying to walk on a fine line between trading away way too much and bringing the players that you want. Just bear with me, my boys. Bear with me. With 201 thumbs up, Kevin Dundon wants me to try to bring in Bobby Wagner. Now, if we can bring in Bobby Wagner, that means I'm going to trade away one of my backup middle linebackers. Now, Bobby Wagner is going to be super hard to get, but I'd be willing to definitely trade away a first-round draft pick for him if we could. 96 overall. He's worth quite a lot, but they do need a defensive tackle. We do have Marcel Darius. Marcel Darius for Bobby Wagner, and it's about like halfway, dude. So what if we throw in the first round draft pick as well on top of this deal? And let's see. It's pretty freaking close, boys. So I think we're actually about to bring in Bobby Wagner. Now, let's see, boys. Let's see. We need just one other player they're halfway interested in. How about like Juju Smith? I don't know. Just throw Juju Smith in there, and it didn't go through. That sucks. So what's another position they do need? They do need a left tackle. Rashad Hill. How about him? How about him? God dang it. We just need one player, dude. Just one freaking player that they do want. They need a left outside linebacker. How about Eric Wilson? Please. Bobby Wagner, please. I think we're going to have to like trade away for another draft pick. That's like the only thing we could potentially do at this point. Unless they want John Bostic. You want John? Trade was accepted, boys. So for Marcel Darius, a first-round draft pick, and John Bostic, we bring in Bobby Wagner. What a huge freaking trade for a 96 overall player. And with this deal, we actually cut out some cap space. So we do have to use our first-round draft pick, but that means we have a lot of potential possibilities that we could finish off today's episode with. We still do need a running back, so keep that in mind. But we're going to try to trade away Case Keenum. Case Keenum, is there any team that's completely interested in him, like in terms of green? Maybe one team out there. There's got to be one team, like one team in the NFL has to be green. Eagles, Jets. Jets need Case. Jets need Case. How about, I'm just going to see what potentially it's going to take. Second and a first. That's actually pretty freaking close, dude. That's actually pretty goddamn close. So how about a fourth and a seventh? They have like no draft picks left. So let's just try this instead. Pretty close, man. Pretty freaking close. So let's try to get just this. How about just this? No. How about just their second? No. So how about their first from next year? I mean, that would be helpful, at least. And it was accepted. So we do get the first from next year for Case Keenum. So that's a pretty good, I think that's a pretty big freaking trade. So, boys, we still have some type of draft pick we can trade away, but we're still going to try to get Todd Gurley. Now, let's see if the Rams are interested in one of our middle linebackers that we do have, because I am willing to trade away now either Deion Jones or Jalen Smith. So we're going to go to the Los Angeles Rams. They're interested in both of these guys. So now Todd Gurley for one of these two guys. Jalen Smith for Todd Gurley straight up, and it's about halfway. So now if we throw in that first-round draft pick, see how close this is to going through? It's in the green, boys. It is in the green. We're getting close. We are getting close. We need one more player they're somewhat interested in. DJ Jones, please. DJ Jones, please. It's so close. It's so close. It's so freaking close. Is there any team out there interested in DJ Jones? Just one team. All we need is one. All we need is one team to be like in the orange, and we have ourselves Todd Gurley. But I don't know. I really don't know about it. I don't think any team out there is going to be interested with him. So maybe that means we have to get like a 6th-round draft pick for him. So what team out there needs a defensive tackle as their number one need? The Raiders do. The Raiders do. So maybe we can get like a 5th for DJ Jones. No, we can't. So maybe we just get a 7th for DJ Jones. They have a lot of 6th-round draft picks. So maybe we get a 6. And no, we don't either. So how about a 6? A 6 from next year. Anything helps in a trade like this. So a 6 from next year for DJ Jones. And we don't get that either. Oh, shoot. So maybe we actually, this just doesn't work out at all. Maybe a 7th from next year. And we do get a 7th from next year. So maybe we add that into the Todd Gurley deal. A 1st-round draft pick and a 7th-round draft pick for Todd Gurley is about halfway. So now we add in Jalen Smith on top of this deal. See how close this is to going through. And it is not going to go through. But how about we add in Deion Jones instead for Todd Gurley? And still doesn't go through. So how about instead we go after, he's actually cheaper too. So how about instead we go after David Johnson. Try to bring in David Johnson to the team. David Johnson for a 1st-rounder in a 7th from next year. That's actually not, this isn't going to go through either. That sucks. They do need a middle linebacker though. They do. And it's in the yellow. But how about we do something like this? How about we do something like this? Latavius Murray as well on top of this deal. And then we try to get like some draft picks. So Deion Jones, a 1st-round draft pick. And instead of Deion Jones, we try to trade in Jalen Smith since he is a little bit less of an overall and a little bit more expensive. So Latavius Murray, 1st-round draft pick from next year. Jalen Smith for David Johnson, a 4th from next year and a 5th from next year. Going to throw this into the universe. Doesn't go through. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. What about Zeke? How hard is Zeke to get in this game? I have no idea. because you guys do know we need a running back. So how about this just straight up? And that's a little bit closer than the other deal. But do they need a middle linebacker by chance? I don't think they were interested in our middle linebacker. So they do want Deion Jones. So how about Deion Jones straight up for Zeke? That's not that far away from being accepted. So how about a first from next year and Deion Jones for Zeke? It's in the green, boys. It's getting in the green. We need one more player they are interested in. A 7th for Zeke. God dang it. They are going to be interested in Latavius Murray, though. So how about this? And then we try to get a draft pick, too. But Jason Witten as well. Jason Witten? That's actually pretty goddamn close. Maybe instead of Jason Witten, just a draft pick. Like a 5th and a 6th on top of this deal. And it doesn't go through. But how about this? And it's so close. It is so close. So take out those draft picks and try to get a 7th from this year instead. Please, please. It was accepted. So I don't know how much controversy that is going to spark in the comments. But the running back that we do bring in to lead us for the rest of this series is Ezekiel Elliott. So Deion Jones, a first from next year, and Latavius Murray for Zeke and a 7th round draft pick. And I don't really think we have anything else, boys, that we can trade away in this series. So I found where RG3 is. He's with the Chicago Bears. So can we get RG3 just for like a couple draft picks or something? Because people do want to see RG3. No, that's definitely not going to happen. Bryce Petty was actually released by the Jets, so we pick him up and trade him on to the Denver Broncos for a 4th round draft pick and then try to use that to bring in RG3. So boys, we trade away a 4th round draft pick and a 7th round draft pick and our 5th or 6th wide receiver, Rodney Adams, to bring in RG3 as our backup quarterback. I got the guys you guys wanted to be our backup quarterback. He's a little bit expensive at $3 million, but we have like $12 million to spend, and I don't even think we'll be able to use all of it. So boys, you might be looking at this trade wondering, what the heck am I doing? But trust me, I'm scheming. I don't know how Matt got on our team, but he had on our team. We traded him for a 4th round draft pick. Is it finally going to happen? Please, dear God. Boom. 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 Another player that was one of the top suggested comments does get accepted. Had to do some major RBT finessing, but the final trade of this season is going to bring in our 2nd beast wide receiver of the team. Chris Thompson, a 1st round draft pick and a 4th round draft pick to the Dallas Cowboys for 93 overall, Dez Bryant. Now the biggest concern now for this team is we have extremely limited depth across the board. So we have some at least we have some backup offensive linemen. 5 pretty good receivers, 3 great running backs, 2 quarterbacks, but on defense, we don't have like any backups anywhere. We have some okay backup outside linebackers, 2 good middle linebackers, an okay backup safety, only 4 cornerbacks. So I think I have $5 million left over. So for now, what I am going to do is sign a 5th cornerback, which should hopefully not be that expensive. We just have to have numbers. That is the key, just to have numbers as of right now. So let's go with somebody that's a little bit cheaper. Let's go with, I don't know, we'll go with Leon McFadden, $1.84 million. He'll be our 5th cornerback. We still have $3 million to spend. We do definitely need a backup defensive tackle, so we only have 2, and both of them are starting. And I think I'm going to go somebody kind of cheap. Let's go somebody that's about like a 70 overall. Let's go with this guy, Kenzel Smart. He's a rookie. He's only worth $1.55 million, and we will sign him up as well. And last but not least, I think we definitely need, should we get one more linebacker or one more? I think we need to get one more linebacker to notch things up. Middle linebacker, we will go with somebody that's relatively young, Anthony Walker, another rookie, worth $1.14 million, and we will sign him up to the squad. So boys, that is going to do it for today's trade deadline special. In conclusion, we end up trading for some huge players to Dallas Cowboys. That wasn't necessarily the plan. Ezekiel Elliott was just like a shock out of nowhere. I mean, hopefully you guys are happy with that. We bring in Ezekiel Elliott, Dez Bryant, Max Unger, and Bobby Wagner on to the squad. So that is going to do it for the rebuild portion of this series, as we have assembled an absolute God squad. Well, hopefully you guys did enjoy. And if you did, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes on today's episode for some huge moves that were made. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. We'll be starting the second portion of the season very soon where it will be just gameplay up until the playoffs, which we are 100% going to win the Super Bowl. With that said, I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.